Gold is at an all-time high. It's up over 40% in the last year. Does that mean that you should be buying it, or would that be a huge mistake? Let's take a deep dive and see if gold should be part of your portfolio. Let's go. First, we have to give gold some credit. It's been around for thousands of years, it's shiny, tangible, and unlike a stock or a crypto token, you can hold it in your hand. But more importantly, gold has a reputation of being a safe haven. When inflation is running rampant, people run to gold. If people think there's going to be a recession around the corner, people run to gold again. Any sort of political chaos or global turmoil, people still want gold. Not only is gold shiny, but it's very psychological. And that psychology works, and it's very real. Anytime any of those issues pop up, people want gold. It's not just shiny. But there are some problems with gold. There are no perfect investments. If there were, then we'd all be multimillionaires by now, and you wouldn't be watching this video. Gold might be a hedge, but it's not a growth engine. Problem number one, gold doesn't produce anything. It just sits there. It has no earnings, it has no cash flow, so it may not compound the same way that stocks might. Problem number two, long-term performance, it's weak. If you had bought gold in the 1980s, you would have basically sat flat for 2 decades. Gold is very trendy. It tends to go up a lot in spurts, but then after that, it kind of sits around and does nothing for 10 years. So just how big are these growth spurts, and how does that compare to the S&P 500? Here's a chart showing the performance of gold versus the S&P 500 since 1971, which is the year in which the US went off the gold standard. As you can see, the S&P 500 exploded in value and would be worth almost 4 times as much. But there's something else to consider, which leads us to problem number 3, and that is timing risk. The average investor usually piles into gold when the price is already at record highs. And what usually happens after we hit record highs? We get a pullback. So if you're thinking of buying gold right now because of FOMO, chances are you're probably already late to the party. And finally, there are costs to consider with owning gold. If you're buying physical gold, then you are going to have to pay a spread when you purchase, and you're going to lose on a spread when you sell. You may also want to pay for insurance to insure that physical gold, depending on how much you have. But there are fees for holding digital gold as well. If you purchase a gold ETF, you are going to have to pay those fees for as long as you hold the ETF. Depending on how long you plan to hold those gold ETFs, it may actually be cheaper to buy physical gold and pay the spread when you buy and sell. For full disclosure, I started buying gold in August of 2023. I have both physical gold, like this Volcombi piece right here, and I also hold digital gold in the form of an ETF that I hold in my non-registered account. Now, when I started buying gold, it was at about $1,900 an ounce. Today, we're at about $3,600 an ounce. So that investment has almost doubled in just a 2-year period, which is absolutely insane. Okay, let's get specific for Canadians. If you really want some gold exposure, you've got some options. You can purchase a digital gold ETF like CGLC, which is the ETF that I personally have. It's an unhedged ETF that's purchased in Canadian dollars. Or if you want to buy something in US dollars, you can always buy an ETF like IAU or GLD. You can also buy physical bars or coins. The easiest and safest method to buy these is either through your bank, online authorized dealers, or through the Royal Canadian Mint. You can also purchase gold from local dealers, but be a little bit careful with this one. Make sure if you do go that route, that you're going to a place that has a good reputation with fair spreads. Don't go to one of those shady places in a strip mall that has "we buy your gold and jewelry" is plastered all over the windows. You don't want that. Now, let's assume you do want to buy some digital gold. Where should you put it? If you stuff your gold into your TFSA or RSP, right away you've made a mistake. You're wasting precious tax-sheltered space. You don't want to do that. Because gold doesn't pay any dividends or distributions, and it likely is not going to grow more than equities over the long term, you don't want to waste any space in tax-advantaged accounts. Your TFSA and RSP, they're way more powerful when you're holding other types of investments. So if you want gold, keep it in a taxable account just like I do. With all that being said, should you be buying gold right now? The short answer is that if you just want a small hedge, say up to 5% of your portfolio, then hey, that's totally fine. Personally, I keep about 3% of my portfolio in gold at all times. But as I said, if you're piling in at all-time highs, you're probably going to regret it. Buying into hype rarely ends well. I think gold does have a place in an investment portfolio, but keep it small. Don't bet the farm on it. If your real goal is to build wealth, gold will not do that for you. Equities will do that for you. Gold might stabilize your portfolio, but it's never going to make you rich. The bottom line is that gold feels exciting right now because it's skyrocketing. But don't confuse excitement with a good investment. Stocks build wealth, gold protects wealth. There's a big difference. So if you're serious about growing your money, at most, gold should be just a small side bet. It should never be the main course. Until next time, thank you for watching Snackable Wealth, where I give Canadians blunt and honest financial advice. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stick around. And you know what? I might just show you how to actually grow your wealth instead of just having it sit around doing nothing. See ya.